Hello, Dr. Urban here. Today and I want to talk about keto. Keto is a short word for ketones. And in the context of I'll be using it, we're talking about an energy source that you can use for better health. In fact, this is going to be a bigger and bigger issue as the benefits of the ketogenic diet or keto become better known and more established. Ketones are made in your body and you're making them right now. So you can measure that. You're not making very many, in fact, on the order of about 1 part per million. So what are the signs of keto? The signs of keto I would refer to when you come out on the other end and you're in established or therapeutic keto, you have clarity, you're feeling better, you're sharp. Those are the signs of keto. But along the way, going from no keto diet to keto diet, you may have what they call the keto flu, which is things like chills and you don't feel good, you're just nausea, lousy feeling. And the question comes into mind, if you're undertaking a keto diet and you don't go through that, do you have it? I can't answer that question. That is, are you into ketosis? So what is fat adapted? Fat adapted means that you are using fat as the primary energy source because your body can't take fat stores and just turn them into energy. They have to make ketones. And there's a process already set up and working that can do that. But you have to stimulate it. And therein lies the problem. You have to get off glucose. Now, if you are eating constantly, that is to say, all during the day, your glucose levels will be up. Your insulin resistance, your insulin levels will be up, trying to drive that glucose down. And therein lies the problem. So you need to start. How do you start a keto diet? You have to spread out the period between eating, and then you need to switch to a more favorable ketogenic diet. And that usually is one with which the fats, the healthy fats, are 70%. Sugars are less than 10, and you figure out the rest, the protein. Now, the ketone is an interesting molecule that crosses the blood-brain barrier. It goes everywhere to every cell and feeds it as an energy source going directly into the mitochondria. That's wonderful, and that's what you're looking for. Now, water-only fasting means that you continue your fasting. Intermittent fasting generally lines up with the circadian daily cycle. A common, and I may not be using these terms in a way that will be established later on, but intermittent fasting, for example, allows you to spread out the time between eating, principally and usually in the 24-hour period, so that you may have as much as 18 hours of fasting than an eating period. Well, I'm really talking about going beyond that, going beyond the intermittent fasting. And that usually takes several days. People talk in terms of a minimum of 3. So 24-hour fasting is good, and you will get some benefits. And those benefits may be things like autophagy and cleanup of debris and toxicity cleansing. But anyway, people talk about going 3 days, and then you kind of get through the cloud of the flu, and the real benefits of keto are available to you. So you want to become fat adapted. That means you're using ketones. You want to go through the keto flu, and apparently once you do it, it's easier to do again. Keto flu, to me, is the water and the metabolites of sugar metabolism coming out of your system along with some electrolytes, and this is like a withdrawal. And hopefully it's not too harsh on you, but you need to do it and you need to change. Now, people who have been able to, there's a machine that can measure breath ketones. And they say that, as we talked about, 1 part per million is your walk around doing nothing. If you do a calorie restricted diet, the common calorie doesn't work usually. You can raise that ketone level to 2 parts per million, and if you get a little higher than that, you can lose up to half a pound a week. And that's what we see. If you raise it even higher, there's a correlation between your ketone level and how much weight you lose. So why wouldn't you get the machine? There is a machine. It costs $700 currently, and there's a monthly fee. Well, it's a lifestyle change. You probably ought to consider the lifestyle change. So before you make any lifestyle changes, please consult with your healthcare provider. That's just a common sense thing. So in order to use these, access the wonderful benefits of keto, you need to correct the right diet, and usually a green vegetable diet will give you the fat, high in fats, and by the way, if you take a low sugar, high protein diet, you're not going to sustain keto if you get there at all. So it goes through high fat diet, high healthy fats. You can read about that. There's a diet that I have recommended in the past, and this is Dr. Gundry's Plant Paradox diet. There are others, but you need to account for lectins, which are inflammatory, and you need to then ascribe to the diet. And one final thing, there are problems with why I think you need to go on at least one to start with, and then eventually 3 or 3+ keto diets, is because in the milieu of what you eat, you can have inflammatory conditions, and that, for example, eggs can be inflammatory. You may or may not know that because it may be a mild inflammation, but that raises your cortisol. So there you are eating supposedly a good protein, and you're allergic to it, raises your insulin, raises your blood sugar, and therefore the 3-day keto diet, or at least the 1-day keto diet, sort of gives you that start, blasts you into the stratosphere where you can become healthier, and may it be so for you.